Guys, James just shot. I just heard him. I just heard him shot. The second, I'm starting to shake, man. Yes, James, come on. Hey guys, whether or not you can hear me, I hope you can. There's a big stream right beside me, and right along this stream, you'll see right this little creek bed almost. On both sides, one side is super thick, the other side is super thick. But right in this between area is like a travel route. A lot of deer like to use this travel route, and as of right now, my brother, he was on the top trail, and I'm down into this little creek bottom right here. My brother's on the top trail. I snuck through here, I jumped the deer, came right towards him about 25 yards potentially. It stopped right at the edge of the trail, right next to the thick stuff. Smelled him, snorted, and took off running back down that way, so he was not able to get a shot. Now, I just recently came down here, right? And I'm starting to look for some sign and walk very quietly, and this mic's pretty good, that's why you guys can hear me pretty well. Just remember, buck and deer love moving through this. And this time of year is not the time of year that bucks should be dropping their antlers. But check this out. Look at that. How cool is that? That is a 4-point to an 8-point potentially. First really solid shed I have found. This is a phenomenal shed. You can see the base next to what the skull would be connected. It's very cold, very red still. So I don't know if it fell off from a buck fighting or another buck, or a buck fighting, or it hit something or damaged something. Sometimes it just fall off. Such a cool thing. But meanwhile, James is set it up in another spot because that doe took off. I told him go quickly, run back, go down a little farther. There's another spot that is really good for them to hide out. And those deer are just going to follow this creek bottom. As I push them through here, coming right toward him. He's using the flintlock. I'm still following those deer sign, and I'm actually going. These deer, you can see they tuck underneath this thing, and they follow right along this creek bottom, following right along there. And that's a little path that these deer from this top section right here will come down here, jump over the creek, start walking this same with up top there. It's very thick. They'll jump down here, coming through this creek. You can see this is actually fairly fresh. I'm gonna guess the back. Maybe this part scraped it when it was running, tucking underneath there. I'm not sure, but that's a good substantial amount of fur there. I am gonna start to try to ease my way up into that thicket over there. Hopefully try to push something down towards my brother. Guys, James just shot. I just heard him shot. The second, I'm starting to shake, man. Yes, James, come on. Please get it, James. Please get it. Oh man. Anyways, there's a deer bed right here, right along this creek. I'm telling you, this is exactly the plan that oh yes. I hope James got that. Dude.
All right, I think I hammered one with the flintlock. Me and White switched off guns. He was, cause he was gonna be putting up a drive for me. Generally not tons of deer back here, but she was watching her for a little bit. She finally stepped in the opening through one of these trees. There were a bunch of these trees here, and I shot her, and she ran off like she was hurting. She was holding her front shoulder up tight, her front leg up tight to her body. She couldn't run very hard. Maybe I hit it through the front shoulder, I think. Hopefully there's blood. If not, it's gonna be a tough job to find her. Hopefully we got her though.
Guys, you have no idea. I'm so shaking right now because I want my brother to get a nice deer again. It's been a while since I had a deer out here in Sullivan County, but you know, something about seeing your brother shoot a deer, that's really, or have an opportunity to shoot a deer. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna get ready just in case their deer are coming back towards my way. Holy cow. Man, I hope James got that. James, you are the freaking man. Way to go. I heard that. I knew exactly those deer are coming that way. Way to go, buddy. I hope you got him. I'm trying to find my brother here. All right, he's down the valley, guys. He's shot. Dude, yes! Guy? It's a buck? Were you down on this knob when you saw him? Yes. I knew he was going to show up down there because they followed the creek bed. That's exactly what I was saying.
I think I hammered her.
She buckled?
You know how they run when they get... She buckled?
Dude.
How they run when they get hit in the shoulder? Where their shoulders like...
Dude, you freaking... Give me some.
I think I hammered her.
Dude, I want you to look in my pack roll for something real quick, alright? I found something...
You found a shed? You found a shed?
Maybe.
Like a nice shed?
You have to check in my pack.
Okay. You found a nice one? Dude, that is sweet. That's way better than the shed I found up here.
Dude, that is a big shed for Sullivan County.
That's a big, like
in this area, that's a good solid 8-point.
You don't find sheds in big woods like this.
No. I mean, you do and you don't. Stuff, dude, and this thick stuff, it's so hard.
Dude, this is this year.
Yeah, I know. I think it was one of these bucks that are probably the next past week or two that just wanted.
This is.
You have potentially a deer down. James does think you have that memorized where you shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I come back to this exact spot, I'll be on a point.
Okay. James is gonna give me the gun, and he's going to finish the drive. We did not push from that side. We did not push from that side over while we go ahead and wait and let that doe, if she was hitting the, you know, an artery that's not as vital, we're gonna let her calm down a little bit and let her sit down and pass. If she's hit pretty hard, which he does think she buckled, he's gonna go and we'll see what we can do. We do have a little blood right there, brother. There's a little bit right there. James was just replaying the shot for me, and we ended up going down a little farther than what he expected. I think this deer is going to run straight through here and then maybe go up a little bit. It's probably just a little bit of a mirage kind of thing, where you think that you see that you're going the trail.
I didn't even know that. You couldn't really tell there's a bench.
But here's,
I just want to make sure I'm all the way in.
Here's some blood, guys. We're going to follow this. It's actually going right here. He pegged it. Look at all this blood right here.
Yeah.
Dude,
Getting excited.
A lot of blood here, dude. A lot of blood right here. Yep, good job. We have one more after this, okay? So we might just head back.
You have the thing?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't seeing anything at all. It's tough hunting out here. We just tried to do our best and find deer. We ended up going back to a place we had shot a few deer out of before, and to put on little drives. Shortly after I set up, I saw a deer, probably most likely this one, smelled me, winded me, and took off. When I came back up to the trail, we just formed a game plan where we'd think that deer would go down the valley farther down, and so I set up somewhere farther down there. And sure enough, 5 minutes after I set up, the deer's down there, steps out. I watch it for a bit, make sure it's a doe, and I wait for it to step into an opening, and then I took my shot. We tracked her, put her out of her misery, didn't want her to suffer. Yep. Well done, brother. That's the first gun, first shot, or first kill even. First kill with the 54 caliber Thompson Center flintlock. Late season in Pennsylvania. Well done. We're using like a 375 grain bullet with like 103 grams of FF3 powder. I'm not sure what brand makes it, but it's a hammer of a round, and it does a good job. It goes right through a lot of things. But
Well done, James.
Yeah.
You're the man. Congrats.
Happy we got one.
Yep.